All right, we are live. Oh, so yeah, I saw the Acolyte. Saw the first three episodes, and I'm very much not happy with that. It was quite bad. Let's see, there we are. And yeah, I'm figured I'd come on here and talk about it for just a little bit because it made me just a little bit angry. There we go. Now, Disney's been trying their hand at Star Wars for well over a decade now. I mean, they they bought it in 2012, and it's just everything that they've made has just been a giant mistake. And this is no different, except it's maybe even more of a mistake than usual. Uh, Sorry, it's kind of late here. Let me see. What in the world? Why would you do it like that? I I guess I should probably start by like summing up the first two parts. Um, I mean, pretty much everyone has made a video or a live stream talking about how the first two episodes oh, they don't make a lot of sense. Not to mention that this is supposed to be like this big mystery thing, and they kind of just tell us who did it in the first like episode and a half. It's yeah. And it's like there's events happening on screen, but it's supposed to be exciting, but there's no like connective tissue. Like there's no reason to be invested in it. That's its biggest problem is that it just it's meh. It's bland. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't hook you in. There's a couple scenes that look kind of like they look competent, I guess. And then right after it will be the least competent thing you have ever seen. The worst writing you've seen in a long time. I don't know how this is a professional uh I don't even know what to call it. It's not a professional product or even project, I guess is what I was trying to say. It's it's like a fan film without the fan. It's like, how did you spend $180 million on something just for it to look like crap? Just for someone who can make something for $10,000 look so much better than this. I've been seeing a couple really good fan films on YouTube. Like I just watched what was it? The Hunt for Gollum. because that was big news recently. But I watched that and that was like insanely good. Like I was expecting it to be like pretty low quality, but for it to have a lot of heart. But no, it's actually looks really good. Um, see, I saw R&B Robert Meyer Burnett. He was talking about a Mad Max fan film someone had put out. It was is it Fire and Glory, Fame and Glory? It's something like that. I watched a couple minutes of that and it looked really good too. But the Acolyte, I mean, all of the costumes, they just look like crap. Like it looks like they had like 30 burlap sacks and decided to cut them up into costumes. Got like 10 people off the streets and said, "Hey, we're working on this little thing. Why don't you come be in it?" And then you have someone like Mr. Master Squid Game who's doesn't know English, but he's doing a better job than every other person on this show. Like there, he actually has like a sort of character. Like you kind of understand where he's coming from. Everyone else, they just kind of do whatever the the writing needs them to do. It just makes no sense. It's just infuriating. Because like you've had how many chances, and every time you just squander it. Oh man, I guess they're putting all of their money into like DEI special programs, like putting like intimacy coordinators. Yeah, I think they had the intimacy coordinator because they had uh, that one guy take his shirt off in the first episode, and they make him look like an idiot. Yeah, because if it wasn't clear already, the Force is female. All the girl Jedi's are way better. Oh, and this most recent episode, number 3, it was like, oh, it's so bad. There's a coven of lesbian witches, and they they have Jedi show up, and they're like, "Hey, you can't groom our kids that we made with. That's our job. That's what we get to do." Oh my goodness! Not to mention the musical number in this. Whew. Actually, let me find that real quick. See, I know I favorited that. Here we are. No, I said pause. There we go. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, get out of here. What are you doing? Present. Share screen. Share. You also share audio? Yeah. So. Power one, power two, power. So yeah, they're doing this ceremony and they just start singing, and it's kind of weird because it's like they're trying to say that the Jedi are not individuals. It's just them taking people and forcing them into this collective. But these witches are doing the exact same thing because they're saying that because they have the force or what they call the thread, which is just completely stupid. Um, and it, it's a complete misunderstanding of the force. But they're forcing them into this witch coven, and it's like the mother. Well, they're the I don't know if you can see this. So this lady on the right, wait, no, the left. Sorry, I. So the lady with her hands outstretched, she's the head witch, and also is the one of the mothers, and then the one right here in front of, well, like in the camera shot, right in front of slash behind the two girls, that's the other mother, and they're kind of like wanting the girls to choose their life, but they want them to choose the witch coven, so they kind of force them to do it, not even though they want them to be like individuals. They want them to be the collective individual collective. See, it when you don't know what you're saying, kind of just get all mixed up and end up saying exactly the opposite of what you're trying to say. Oh. Power one, power two, the power of many. Yeah, this is the other mother. It's a little bit of a better image. Let me see. Can you? You can't really see it here, but they're like giving up their power and giving it to the head lady. It's really weird. All right, well, that's enough of that. That cringe fest. Yeah, the whole point of this episode is that like women are just better, and the Jedi are actually they're pretty bad. In case you didn't know, because I have a different point of view. Actually, yeah, let's pop this thing up here. All right. Oh yeah, and remember, this is Filoni signing off on this because he's the what head, the chief creative officer. I think that's what his official title is. So this is all him. He signed off on this. Especially, he had the quote. There was some meeting that he was in. He was talking to Kathleen Kennedy, and he was saying that he wants the sequel trilogy to be matriarchal. So instead of having Luke be the main Jedi, he wanted it to be Leia. It was it was really weird. It just kind of showed how little he actually understands Star Wars. It's very strange. But like these are the people that are like quote unquote fans of the show. Like I don't know where they came from. Like I've seen people that are like kind of weird in fandom. I've seen the weird people, and that's fine. They can have their corner, but they don't want people that like good writing to have their corner. Like you want to see some weirdos? Look up like the supernatural fandom. Like there's some weird stuff that goes on in there. Uh, there, there's weird people in like oh, it doesn't matter. There's just a weird side to fandom, and it's fine. They can have their spot, but they don't want other people to have their say in it either. It's kind of odd. But this person says the Jedi are pricks. That's the entire point of the prequels. You effing idiot grifters. Does But here's the thing. That's not quite right. The Jedi in the prequels are supposed to show the downfall. They're they're prideful. They have this big hubris about them. That before that, they are supposed to be servants of the Force. They're supposed to be good. You know, at this point in time, they're supposed to be decent human beings. They're supposed to be like caretakers for the galaxy. They're supposed to be wandering, trying to help solve conflicts. They're supposed to go and try and mediate between two factions that want to go to war, and they can negotiate a peace. They're supposed to come and help. They're not supposed to be these pompous take what they want kind of people. So let's see where this thing goes. Was the Acolyte makes 0 cents, makes the Jedi look like total pricks. Disney hates the Jedi. Yeah, they do. Because the ending of this episode is showing let's give you a little like Mr. Robot head. All right, we can stop sharing that. What was I saying? Shoot. Oh yes, so the end of this episode shows the whole the coven, their little hideout gets burnt down. Now, mind you, it's made out of stone. It is made out of stone. And it burns. I'm not sure Leslie Headland has ever seen a fire, been around one. I think she's only seen them in like movies. So maybe she doesn't understand them. But no, they don't burn in space. Right? Honest mistake. It's okay. They also don't burn stone. Not unless you have they have to have a fuel to burn. And even then, once you get it really hot, it might like melt it, I guess. Now that rock will get really hot. Yeah, it'll get hot. That happens. But stone does not catch fire, especially not by a little lamp that a little girl can hold. So she sets this journal on fire and then drops the journal. And then one of the girls that takes the time to turn all the way around, does a 360, no, a normal speed 360. And in that time it takes her to do that, the entire this entire complex, it's like the size of like a hotel. I don't know, like 10 flights up. No, I don't know. Something like that. Maybe let's just say 10 flights up. About like that big. That entire thing catches on fire because a little girl had a lamp and set a journal on fire. And then you have this like metal door that's burning in the background. Or not even in the background. It's like that's where she sets it on fire, is right in front of a door, a metal door, and the door catches on fire. The stone walls are on fire. It's ridiculous. And as uh as Osha gets out, you see all the dead witches, and it's not said. It's gonna be talked about later. It's gonna say all the Jedi killed all the witches to take the girls, and one of the girls falls in a hole, and they just say, "Nah, we're not gonna look for her. We're just gonna say she died." But yeah, the whole thing burns down. The whole big stone building just burns. So yeah, Disney thinks that the Jedi are evil. That's how this episode of Groomer Wars ends. The the girl groomers in their secret little coven end up losing to the Jedi groomers, who take the little girl to go join their cult. Yeah, this is not very good. Let me see what else I have. Oh yeah, let's share this little Ricky Berwick thing. Let's see. Share. Oh yeah. Let's do this.
Hey, Star Wars Acolyte. Why do women ruin everything? Yay!
It's just that's perfect. It's just, look, it's not that this kind of story can never be told, but we haven't seen any good Jedi since Disney has taken over. Like, can you think of any? I can't. I can't think of. mean, the only thing I can think of that Disney has done that was halfway decent is Andor. And when that first came out, I hated it. I wanted nothing to do with it. But I gave it a chance, and yeah, it's a slow burn. But after it gets started, it's actually really good and very competently put together. Everything, absolutely everything else has just been utter crap. Nothing has made any sense. I mean, when they started with the Force Awakens, they they wiped the slate clean from the EU, and then what did they do? They chose the easiest answers for everything. Where's Leia? Oh, she went back to be a general. Where's Han? Oh, he went back to be a smuggler. Also, they got divorced. By the way, can't have good role model relationships. That's fake. Where's Luke? Oh, he disappeared to go be a Jedi somewhere. Yeah, the Jedi are gone again, completely gone again. And the Last Jedi picks up, and they're like, "How do we? What can I do to be original?" Oh, I know. Let's make the hero that everybody loves. Yeah, let's just trash him. Let remember that character we killed last time? Oh yeah, let's make a movie about him. Oh, it flopped. What do we do now? At every single turn, Disney just they mess up. They choose the worst option every single time. And I don't know how much more this Star Wars can take. I mean, most of the fans have already left. Say, you know, I'm good. I got 6 movies. If I can ever can come back to it, if I can ever come back to it. I mean, everything else has been a mistake. Like Rogue One, it messes up continuity so bad, and it's a halfway decent film, I guess. It's all right if you just watch it. Aside from everything else, if you watch it back to back with A New Hope, it's like, why was Darth Vader moving so fast and now he's just stuck? It's like he's in molasses. Now the legitimate answer is that they were making this in the 70s and didn't have special effects to do this, but continuity matters, and that Disney has just kind of thrown that out the window. All right, that's I think that's everything I have to say about this. It's just the Acolyte is not good at all. I, if there was like, if it was just half decent, if it was a quarter decent, I'd tell you guys. I'd be like, yeah, it's not the worst thing I've seen, but there's a diamond in a rough there. There's not even a diamond. There's fool's gold in a rough there. Yeah, there's a cool rock in the mud. Like, not even a valuable one. Just a cool looking rock. And you know what? That'd be a good spot to build off of. But no. Yet again, there is nothing. Yet again, Disney knows nothing about Star Wars. All right. That's all I got. So I will catch you guys later. Peace. Yeah, that's not what I want to do. There we go. All right. I'll have a good night.